Hello, everybody, and welcome to Freedom Friday. My name is Fawn, and I am a channeler, and we're going to go on a new journey every day. So, welcome, and let's get on the journey. Now, we're doing a contest. I'm doing a contest. I'll pull a name twice this month. Get your name in any of the comments, put your first name and the month you were born and the day you were born. I don't need to know how old you are or your last name. Put it in the comments and I will enter you into the drawing. I will pull a name the middle of the month and the end of the month for a free reading from me. So get your name in. You've got plenty of time. I'm going to leave the names in even after I draw it. I'm thinking I'm going to draw it on the 15th or the 17th, and then at the end of the month, and I'll just keep your names in. Whoever didn't get drawn for the second one, I'll keep your name in. You can go to the end. So let's do that now. Let's go on a journey. We have had some really interesting cards. Conflict, a lot of fire, a lot of things, which I believe, I was free flowing, everything was going even, for a few days, and then I got a phone call, and today was kind of like this gut punch, dark night of the soul moment where I just had to leave and go off on my own little journey and take care of it. So I did, and I'm okay. Yeah, it is what it is. We're always going to go through a dark night of the soul, but we got to release the past. The past is usually the worst. Once you release the past, all those traumatic things that happened when you were a kid or a teenager or whatever, then the now isn't as bad getting over it because you can just, it just came there. I can get over it and I can go on. So today is 5/10 of 2024, and it's a 14, which goes down to a 5. So I am going to start the reading off with a number 5. Now, this is a collective reading for everyone that is coming in here. The energies have been really flowing, so I can get good energies off of everyone when I do these cards. So we're going to do the 5. Let's see what the number 5 brings. Number 5 tells you that you have a deep connection with the divine source and that nothing can prevent wisdom from finding its way to you. Your current priorities are fidelity, reliability, and loyalty. Focus on them and concentrate on healing them in both the world outside and your inner world. Number 5 brings protection, giving you the freedom to act more boldly. And its energy field is centering, bringing the strength that always recognizes and recreates itself at the end of a soul path, along with meditation, belief, and insight. I always say the 2 M's: meditation, manifestation. We've been working on manifestation in here, and we're all having great luck. We've got somebody I haven't heard yet back from that they were going to go visit maybe their little bulldog that they manifested, and Lisa's been she's been doing really good, easily manifesting stuff. And Melissa, she manifested over $500, and I manifested a new washer and manifested a lot of things. So, we're playing with it because you need to play with it because you got to realize you can do it. Once you realize you can do it, it's easier. So now I hope you brought your coffee. I got the cards. I don't have coffee tonight. I have water. So I'll be chugging down the water because I'm always thirsty. And no, I don't have diabetes. Okay, let's see. Number 19. Enter the temple of your truth and learn the value. Learn to value it. This card is like the Joker in the deck. If you draw it, something major is about to happen. You will experience God. You will recognize the source of all beings. God, or the divine source, is not a living being, not a thing or idea, but an experience, something that pervades and changes you. Everything is in God. Everything you can see, all of creation, is within the divine source. At times you may feel disconnected, but God is flowing through you at each and every moment. God, the divine source, or the term you prefer to use, is within you and around you. Enter the temple of truth that lies within your heart and call to God there. The time has come. Seek out the silence that you need for this and be ready. Search for your truth, but not in the outside world. It can only be found in your own heart. Open yourself to understanding the truth is entirely individual. Everyone has their own truth, which is good since everyone feels and sees things in their own way. Everyone has the right to his or her own truth and should be wise and generous enough to respect and tolerate that of others. Start to value your own truth. Set out on the journey of experiencing yourself. Be brave. You have been ready for a long time. Recognize that it is your mission to be happy and to experience new things. For you, there is only one temple of truth, and you will find it inside you. Deep in your heart is where you will find all the answers that prompted your question. Now read the previous sentence again and take it to heart, but focus on it and understand it with your mind as well. Deep in your heart is where you will find all the answers that prompted your question. Because the Christ consciousness is within your heart. I is not above you. It's right with you. We are all part of the creation, the creator. Now, the helpers for the next 21 days is the power animal is the sheep or the lamb. The herbal essence is oil is silver fir. The healing crystal is Lamar, and the number is 1. Number 1 tells you that you are a magician, priestess, and that now and then you require solitude in order to fully develop the capabilities within you. You need solitude now, in particular, in order to receive your visions from a spiritual teacher clearly and without compromise. Number 1 promises success and a deep bond of the heart. It will teach you to feel the moment of creation within you and perceive yourself as a spiritual being. Its energy field is the beginning, the absolute being, the sum of all possibilities in the pure spirit of the subtle world. We have to learn that it's all within us. And we have to know when we need to go into solitude, and we have to know when we shouldn't go into solitude. Sometimes quieting your mind will let things that are bothering you seep in. So if you're having a hard time meditating and you're having a hard time clearing your mind, which was the hardest thing I did because my mind goes a million miles an hour. So to quiet your mind, it took me at least a month. I mean, hardcore trying every day, not having anybody around, not having music on, not watching TV, just hardcore practicing meditation because it was a challenge. So now that I have the meditation down, and I can clear my mind and go in. But what I found today, and I'm gonna let you in on it, when I got that gut punch, that kind of I had to go and be by myself. But as I was driving, I had the radio off and I'm thinking I will talk, I will release it. Talking was not a good idea, not to myself, because then I wanted to release the tears. So what I did is I stopped talking to myself. I cranked on the music. So sometimes you have to either look at something funny, crank on the music, get away from that thought any way you can. And after I went and I came back, I kept my mind busy and I came back and I was okay. It was very traumatizing at first. And usually a few years ago, I probably would have broke down and really been just out of it. But you got to learn how to deal with things. You got to learn to take things as they come. And because it's you can't stop anything. It's all a learning experience. We're all going through the same journey, just different ways. Now, we got on the messenger oracle, let go of the old. And from what I'm seeing is so far in this one, it looks like it's hard to release the old. And we really have to. Are you holding on to the beliefs and notions that no longer serve you? Are you blocking your own growth and forward momentum because you fear to end a chapter in your life? It is time to release all that you hold onto that no longer serves you. It is time to say goodbye to all that no longer has a place or purpose in your life. It's time to have an emotional or physical spring cleaning. It's time to let go of the past so you can be open to what the future may bring. Yeah, it's really hard to let go of the past. That was hard too. When you're going through the dark night of the soul and you're releasing people and you're releasing things and you've got those past moments that were hard and sometimes you just don't want to release, but you really need to release it because it binds you. And that was another hard thing, but I did it. I mean, you'll get through it, but we do have to let go of that old crappy record that happened in our life that we didn't like. Just break it and throw it away because it just doesn't matter anymore. It's over. It doesn't even exist anymore, just in your thoughts. We also got reveal your truth. She's taken off the mask. When you were born, your soul shone bright. As you grew, you were taught of right and wrong. You were taught how to think, how to live, how to believe in a way that makes you fearful to say no. To disagree is to risk alienation from family and society. So you hide your true thoughts and feelings behind a mask. That mask hides your light. Cast it aside, embrace and live your truth, and let your soul shine once more. Yeah, we all have that mask that we put on when we're out in public. We should take it off. Let the real you show because the real you is more beautiful than that mask. Sometimes it's hard to release the real you and you just want to please everybody but you can't. I don't butter I don't butter anybody's biscuit. It's like this. You don't like me, that's fine. My energy may not match with you. We all have different energies. You could walk into a room, I could walk into a room and me and somebody could talk for like 10 minutes and know that our energy and our frequency is not a match. And it's not like there's anything against that person. Think about it. It's not like you have anything against that person. Your frequency it just collides. So there's some people that you just can't be around. Let your emotions flow. Now, today I probably should have let my emotions flow. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. But I hate to cry anymore. And I just rather crank on the music sometimes and get that gut punch out of the way and be okay with it. Probably should get a punching bag, huh? Emotions flow like water. They can be joyous like a babbling brook, as deep and strong as a river. Give yourself permission to feel and experience them without judgment or blame. Do not try to deny them, for that can only lead to harm and disease. Do not damn them within you. Release them, let them flow and go. Allow yourself to feel them and learn from them as you embrace them for what they are, a natural response to the moment that you exist and that will pass as the moment passes. Yeah, it passes. She's got the butterflies and the dragonflies and the pink quartz, which is love. And she's releasing a lot. And I did release a lot my way. Everybody has their own way. Years ago, before I did all this, before I was here, I would cry like a baby at the drop of a hat. I was very sentimental. Now, not so much. I got pretty strong, but I call it leveling up. I'm not a mean person. I just won't take any crap anymore. I've got boundaries set up and yeah, you got to. You really have to have boundaries set up. But this is beautiful emotional card. And once you reveal the truth, it is kind of an emotional thing. And this enter the temple of truth. This is kind of like a truth card too, where she's coming out of her shell. And this one, she's walking into the temple of truth. And if you notice on the card, she's just kind of glancing back, like, oh, I'm not even going to look back. I'm just going to keep going to the temple of truth and just get it over with and just take the mask off. And once I let go of the old, I may have some emotions, but I'll be okay after a while. Kind of like a storytelling time, you know? I mean, I feel that cards channeling messages is kind of like a storytelling time because it's telling our journey. We each have an individual journey. It could be similar to each other, but they're different in ways. Remember, I keep saying we have that little spark of magic. Each one of us has a little spark of magic that's unique in its own way. It's your magic fingerprint, no one else's. Now, we got the magic guardian. Unlock the magic within. That's what I keep saying. We have all the magic within us. Just gotta have to go looking. Stop looking outside yourself and recognize that you have incredible power within. Magic with a K is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. The magic guardian is a representation of the angel of magic who helps you direct your will to bring something into creation. She is the angel who swirls around shamans and wise ones when they are calling on the energy of magic to help them manifest something that will be healing and supportive of their path. She is the angel of all magic that is directed for the highest good of whoever is working with it. You are the magic. You are the answer. You have it all within. If you've been searching for an answer or a reason to focus, recognize that all that you are looking for is already within you. You are a powerful and magical person with the capacity to direct your intentions and will your desire into being. But your power can only be powerful when you own it. So take time to acknowledge it. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happen is a real gift that you are being guided to recognize now. It is a really gift. And like I said, it took be patient. We always get the patience card. And when you're manifesting and you're doing things, you have to really be patient because if you're not patient and you're not grateful and show gratitude, you may not be able to manifest. You know, spiritual journey is all about finding yourself from within and showing gratitude in the world and being part of the beautiful whole of the world. We are all part of the beautiful, magical whole, and we have to realize that. Now, we did get the drum, dream, and journey. And this is the angels and ancestors I'm pulling from. Journey inwards to uncover insight and information that will be important for your path. Then follow the guidance. This drum is inspired by the sacred drum of the Sami, the indigenous people of northern Norway, Sweden, and Finland. In shamanic traditions in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognized as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to the spiritual realms and meet their guides. When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for you to dream or to bring an inner vision into reality. You are very connected to the other worlds at this time. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surrounds you. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination, but guidance, particularly if it has been coming to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams come true. Know it and live it. Dreams do come true because I am definitely a dreamer and my dreams have come true. And one day I will have to pull out my dream journal and dive in with some dreams and talk about dreaming because dreaming, we are all parts of our dream. And it's very important that you listen to your dreams. Now, let's see. I think the practical magic is calling. This 27, which is a 9. Let go of the past, the Ravenkin. Let go of the old. Let go of the past. What are we hanging on to? You've got to ask yourself that. What am I hanging on to? And then when you figure it out, when you say it a couple times, say why. Talk to yourself. I talk to myself all the time. I'll be over here talking. I'll be like cooking or something, talking to myself. My husband will go, "What'd you say?" I said, "I'm not talking. I'm talking to me." Yes, it's weird, but I'm a weirdo. What can I say? Okay, now start asking yourself some questions. Talk to yourself. You can be your best friend, but ask why. Why are you hanging on to it? What is it that you can't let go? And then work on it. Death and endings don't have to be scary. They can be the start of something new and wonderful if you have the courage to let go and move forward. Death is part of the cycle of life and a reminder to live every moment to the full without regret, to live your best life while you can and not put off to a later date what you most want and hope for. It's a motivation to tell people you love them, to make amends, to follow your dream, to check in with yourself and your moral beliefs and priorities. Death brings grief and despair, but in its non-literal sense, it also creates focus and clarity, nudges you forward on your path, and ushers in rebirth and growth. It asks, what are you willing to give up in order to gain all that you dream of? Don't panic, though. The death card is divination, is not about a literal death. It's about endings, change, transformation. Drawing this card indicates an unexpected change, the conclusion to a situation, or the destruction of something you held dear. It could be the metaphorical death of a part of yourself that you're facing, the loss of a job or a passion or a dramatic change in your career, a family upheaval that plunges you into free fall. You may be mourning the loss of a home or a place with special meaning to you, the end of an important relationship or a betrayal by someone you trusted, the demise of a dream or the fizzle out of a hope you've been counting on, the abrupt loss of the way you saw your life unfolding and the necessities to create a new future. Serious illness or injury can impact on plans and capabilities, and you may be grieving for things you want to do, but are no longer able to. Know that you are strong enough to handle this loss and that there is something wonderful ahead that you weren't able to see while you were consumed by the thing that is now ending. It can be a hidden blessing to be forced out of your comfort zone and pushed to let go of past issues, past relationships, or past belief that you've outgrown. Sudden change can feel scary and daunting. It may be painful and unwanted, but letting go will transform your whole life and allowing you to become all that you are meant to be. While this card signifies the end of something in your life, don't be afraid. You can choose to see this as a positive for new growth to emerge and new dreams to weave into being. Sometimes the old must die. From death, there is rebirth, and from loss, there is transition and transformation, and a whole new space and energy for something wonderful to grow. Honor the old and thank it. Then embrace the new. Seek out all opportunities that are waiting for you once you can let the past die and let go of what has been holding you back. This is a card of transformation. If you're ready to embrace change and move forward into your bright new existence. We are going through change and we are never going back to the old. Unfortunately, nah, we're not. Okay, now we're going to go to the dreams of Gaia. Now, the dreams of Gaia, the first one we got was the Ten of Air. A time of independence. Say goodbye to the public persona, no longer bound by another's opinion. Walk your own path. See and know your potential. The self is whole. Time to grow up and leave home. This is individuations, liberation, altered perception, new paradigms, great mystery, and potential. This she's walking. If you look at this card, it's like she's walking into another dimension. She's done. She's had enough, and she's going independent, and she's got the butterflies all around her, the rainbow. She's beautiful, but she's going into the unknown. And so are we. In this world right now, we are going into the unknown. I absolutely hate surprises. And if I could figure out what these diabolical, crazy, corrupt creepos are doing in this world, trust me, I'd like to channel them just to see so I know ahead of the time. But we don't know. And that's kind of like what we're doing right now. We're walking into the unknown. We're looking within and we're discovering things about ourselves we never even knew existed. And it's time because we left the age of Pisces, going into the age of Aquarius, and it's a whole different, it's kind of like going to be like the Renaissance days, kind of like I'm thinking like the Woodstock era, the hippies but it's not going to be the hippies on drugs. It's going to be the peace, love, and we don't want war crap anymore. The process of individualization, it leads to becoming oneself, to step away from the external forces that we believe define us, to become an independent being who recognizes and embraces their own uniqueness and individuality. It is about removing the mask, we present to the public so that we are liked and respected and accepted. The face we wear so we fit in and belong. No longer are our public face and private life very different. We represent our face to the world, and if it is not liked, then so be it. If it makes us a black sheep in a flock of white sheep, then so be it. We would rather be honest and accepted by a few than to be what family or society expects. Yeah, I completely agree. We do not want to be somebody else because that's not what we're supposed to do. It is breaking free from caring about what people think of you because we love who we are and what we do with our life. We are free, liberated because we are not bound by others' opinions of us or actions, the constraint of society or the eminent of our past. It is integrating conscious and unconscious soul and shadow, the masculine and the feminine, and creating a whole where the self resides at the center. No longer does duality separate and divide. All is in harmony and working in unison. You are you, whole, complete, and ever evolving. And that evolution is not a linear process. It is a cumulatory process of viewing the self and seeing it from multiple perspectives and accepting and integrating all of the facets and aspects into the whole. No aspect is ugly or beautiful, none good or bad, none better or worse. Each has its place and purpose as part of the beautiful whole. I like that. I like that a lot. We are the beautiful whole. We are so unique in our own way. And if we would stop wasting time with people's opinions of us and just start taking time to love ourselves and see how unique and beautiful we are, it'd be a beautiful world, wouldn't it? When the 10 of air appears in your reading, it represents a time in our life after we have chosen to step free of the mask and wear only one face in private and public. No longer do we hide our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings in order to be accepted, liked, or respected. We have turned our back on expectations, on conventions, or on mediocrity or normalcy to embrace and accept who we are and stand tall and proud. It is time to separate yourself from the herd and to walk your own path. Step through the doorway and begin a life where new paradigms replace the old and you are free to be the best that you can be. Instead of you, society tells you what you must be. That is a big problem in this world right now. When people start giving their opinion, people take it like and run with it. Like, oh my gosh, why did it doesn't matter why they said it, they said it. They're just cruel, mean, or whatever they're doing, but it's just an opinion of one person. Remember that. And you can just take the opinion and walk away. That's what I do. Now, we did get number 16, which is self. And what have we been working on all the time? Self. Not only do we get warnings, but we have to establish a unique and individual identity. I am identity, self realization, self manifestation, center, peace, and acceptance. Yes. Be free of definitions and labels. You have unlimited potential. How has your past shaped you? Identity is fluid and changing. Who you are is for you to determine. Are you trying to fit with the wrong crowd? Know who you are. Who do you wish to become? A path of loving expansion. Let go of the herd mentality. Think for yourself. Both of these cards are telling us that. Now, I'm going to do clarifiers. I've got the clarifiers. I'm going to do them on both the cards. I did that for a reason because those cards come out together and those cards are telling you the same exact thing. She's working on herself and it's like she's going into the unknown. Okay, and there she is working on herself. She just came from the unknown. That was crazy the way they come out. And with the 10 of air, with this one, we got the Page of Swords as a clarifier. And that's gossip. So as she's leaving, the opinions of people, gossip. Where's she going? She's going into the unknown. How does she know? Gossip. Opinions. Be precise in all your verbal and written communications so that you can't be misunderstood. Complaints, bitchiness, back chat, cutting words, politicking, legal issues, and paperwork. Yeah, don't ignore the gossip. You don't need it. You don't want it. You don't have to take it. It's your choice. Because then we got the 6 lovers choice. And that is the clarifier for self. It is your choice to become this. It is your choice to manifest, to meditate, and to be at complete peace with yourself, confident and love yourself. The 3 mourning doves that are above her with the white feather means our guardian angels are completely around us watching us. She's got her 2 dragons of protection wrapped around her, energy coming out of her hands, the blue roses all over the place. And the beam of light coming out of her heart. She's with the Christ conscious within. And that will be your choice. That will be a choice that you make. Make your choice based on your long-term future rather than short-term gains in love. Wait for the right person rather than distract yourself with flirtations. Now, if you look at this card, they're entwined. Like they've got the right choice. Like he knows that it's his right choice. He's looking at her. His tail's all red. He's ready. Her, she's looking away. Her tail is blue, which is cold. That means that she's not sure. She's not ready to make this choice, but he is. Are you ready to make this choice and be at, not have dis-ease in yourself? Maybe she's taking time to work on herself before she gets involved with him. That's what I would do. I would work on myself before I would get involved, because once you love yourself, then it makes room for that special person to love you. Now we got the Six of Earth, and we got him reversed. And his card is responsibility. As you see, he's got one of them things over his shoulder. He's got the chains here. He's got his lunch, but he's got the thing around his neck, but he's got the key. He can walk away anytime, but he is responsible. He's working for his family. Now, and he is responsibility and duty to family. Give love, care, and support. Lead by example. A time of sharing, learning about nature. Important matters need attention. Protect the animals and forests, oceans, help for the right reason. So, yeah, he is all that. But then you got a blockage because he's reversed. The reverse Six of Earth asks if you have a habit of volunteering your services only to laminate your situation to garner praise or sympathy. Do you perform a task somebody else is responsible for without being asked, only to feel the need to tell everyone around you how difficult or inconvenience it was and how much trouble you went to for no thanks? When this card appears reversed, it speaks of that's what it's like. I had to do all that. Well, you took it upon yourself. It was your choice. And those that take a service role in order to help others, but play the victim while doing so. They choose to suffer for their cause and use it to garner sympathy from others. If this could describe you, then the Shadow Six of Earth symbolizes the need to remind yourself that you are not in service for personal gain or reward, but to give and provide support to others. Help others for the right reasons and not for selfish ones. Yeah, we don't want to be selfish. We have to live with gratitude and love. And it's the Ten of Wands. It's our responsibility. Set some boundaries to reduce the stress. You may need to say no to certain people. Yeah, the 10 is the overwhelm card of the tarot. You have far too much to do and think about. There may be pressures at work or on the home front. You are so absorbed in the details, you can't see the bigger picture and discern what's essential. An additional meaning is that one person or situation is taking all your mental energy, so you have little time to focus on your own needs. Burdens, overload, confusion, exhaustion, priorities, pressure, and blocks. Now, I think that was a pretty clear message that someone is overworked. Someone is taking on so many responsibilities because they think everybody's problem is their responsibility. They're babysitting the neighborhood. Okay. And you need to work on self. And that's a choice. And as she's going to work on self, you got gossip. You got opinions. Why would you have to work on self? You are self. Look at you. You know, we've got to listen to how the story of these cards are coming out, because it basically is a story. It's laying it out for what we really are hanging on to. We're hanging on to too much. Now, the Divine Master wanted to come out and play. And this is the Atlanteans. Evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. Everything is accelerating. Everything is accelerating out there in this world. And we're just sitting back, kind of floating in our own space, trying to work on ourselves. And that's what we should be doing. Legend has it that Atlanteans was an advanced civilization that existed thousands of years ago in the center of the Atlantic Ocean. Its people were highly evolved and had many spiritual gifts. They were telepathic, psychic, and known for their ability to combine the laws of science and nature with spirituality to develop technology and create heaven on earth. But somewhere along the way, many of them stopped respecting their gifts and spiritual connections. This caused a great cataclysmic that brought their civilization to an end. The Atlanteans of this card are those who continue to live with spiritual integrity and awareness. When Atlanteans came to an end, many of these beings ascended beyond the physical dimension and now act as a congregation of evolved souls who, like angels, work with those who are following the spiritual path and want to leave a legacy of light. You are a future thinker who will leave a legacy of healing and light. Think beyond boundaries and keep your future and the future of your close ones in mind when it comes to making a decision. Atlantean energy is here to help you align your path with one that supports the evolution of your soul and your family lineage. This is a time of transcending old ways of being and old patterns. Release the old, take the mask off, like we've been doing. We've got to release those old patterns. It might not always be easy to navigate, but it will be worth it in the long run. Ideas, creativity, and new technology concepts are all around you now. When it comes to forging new paths, think of the future. Cut out any long-winded approaches and streamline everything you are doing. This is a time of evolution, and so there's a good chance of resistance from old energies and the ego. If you feel challenged or encounter growing pains, know that you're on the right track. Persevere. Yeah, that's a good message. I like that message. It makes sense. And we've got two more. We've got the Gateway of Light activation, and we had a visitor again. We've got the Halls of Amenti, initiations, secrets revealed, treasures uncovered, initiations. The halls of Amenti are a sacred learning space that were energetically transported by Thoth from Atlantis to the spiritual plane before Atlantis came to an end. It is said that the portal to this etheric retreat is energetically connected to the Great Pyramid of Giza. Many believe that the physical remains of these halls can be found there. We don't have to physically visit Egypt to access their energies, though. The halls of Amenti are said to have been the home of the Emerald Tablet. They are a space of ancient mysteries in service to the expansion of humanity. On this card, you will see two pillars, an echo of two pillars that have been found in sacred places throughout history. The black pillar represents the physical world, and the white represents the spiritual, indicating that this sacred space is between the worlds. If you feel called to these halls or they seem oddly familiar, there is a chance you have visited them in dream time or even before this incarnation. You are in a deep initiatory chamber at this time. You might feel that things are heavy and challenging, but know that a reconfiguration is happening. Energetically, you are going through an initiation that will allow you to go beyond the fears of the ego and transcend the limitations of the physical realm. You might not feel that light is present because you are in the middle of this phase at the moment, but know that it is present within you. You might be feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, but a lot of this anxiety is actually old energies that were stored in the depths of your body being released so that your vibration can rise. Yes, when we hold on to all those energies, our vibration doesn't rise. It's like us going along and all of a sudden we have those traumatic experiences and we're just doing this. We're not leveling up and learning from it or finding out what it taught us. We're just like, we got to think about what we're doing. We've got to observe it and contemplate on it and back off and think about it. Now we got the Human Spirit Oracle. Last card. And number 13, which is a 4, and it says, hit your target. Ready, aim, fire. We see you have been practicing your skill of hitting your mark. Well done, because whatever projects or adventures you are on, know that you are so close to that bullseye. You are hitting that target. It might feel strange when everything falls into place, everything clicks, but you work hard for this. It is okay to enjoy success and enjoy the journey, and take a moment to pat yourself on the back. Skills take time, practice, and patience. Hitting your target is no different. You know what you want and exactly how to get it. There is absolutely no shame in your game. You do know the target. We do know the target. It's just if we are willing to grab it. Are we willing to grab some of that magic and play with it? Manifest, dream it out, dream time, write a dream journal. Make sure you pay attention to your dreams because you are all part of them. Most of the time, dreams are a metaphor. I'm going to get together one of these days and I'm going to do some dream talk with you guys and do some readings and see if you guys are working on your dreams, what your dreams may come, and see how you're doing with it. So, anyway, I love everybody and may every step in your journey be magical. And you know what? Just be you.